Hey everybody, Dan here with Rock and Hunt. Hopefully your day's going well. I'm doing pretty good myself. Today we're going to hit the 6-inch lapidary saw from High Tech. It is their trim saw. And we're going to be making some slabs out of two different types of rocks. This one right here is called, I have it written down, Indigo gabbro. So Indigo gabbro. Let's take a closer look at this guy. We're also going to be doing outback jasper. I've been really wanting to get to this for a while now. Unfortunately, it looks like it has some bugs in it. Hopefully it's not too messed up. But anyways, I really like the pattern in this. Check it out. So let's just go ahead and get to this. Let's have some fun. So let's go ahead and get started with the Indigo gabbro. And this stuff is from Madagascar, if you know that matters to you. If you want to find out where it is, you can go over there and get some. Let's get started. Alright, got our first cut done. So for the outback jasper, I think what I'm going to do is the rocks are kind of too small to get a good slab out of. So I'm going to cut these up to go in a tumbler eventually.
Maybe I can make a cab out of that. I don't know.
Well, we made it through that gabbro and that outback jasper. Unfortunately, with the outback jasper, there wasn't really anything good to make cabs out of, just because the shape of it was just so awkward that I just ended up chopping it up. I figured I can throw it in a tumbler. Although it seems like a pretty soft rock, so I'll have to determine its hardness and then go from there. As far as the gabbro, that kind of went pretty quick too. You know, cutting rocks before, mostly I did like agates and hard stuff like that, and it just takes forever. But the gabbro was not too bad. So we're going to go ahead and do some close-ups on those in a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at these rocks. Let's start with the Indigo gabbro. Now I made a few of these to become cabs later. Let me get this wet for you. It's a really rather dark rock. That's a nice pattern. It's just kind of pretty. Would I get this stuff again? Probably not. Just a couple pieces for cabs. Look at the thickness of this. I know this is too thick, but how thick should you make your cabs? Anyways. Let's take a look at this stuff. This is Outback jasper. This one kind of almost looks like the state of Wisconsin. I don't know, maybe not, but I really love the pattern of this stuff. Definitely could have picked out better stuff. It's still beautiful, but I can't really do a whole lot with this. I like the purples though. And it has these little holes here and there as well. See if I can find one that has some of these holes. What I'm going to end up doing is just throwing this all in the tumbler. See, there's like these little holes here. They're kind of like all over the place. Anyways, that is it for this rock cutting session. Hope you enjoyed the rocks and the process of going through them. Talk to you later.